Hello, my beautiful little Scorpios, my beautiful little soul warriors. I'm Alea, and today we're going to do a reading. We're reading for you. I hope this may give you some insights or helps you. These are the Mermaid Tarot, and we're going to start out with them. Let me see, front or back, and they're telling me the back. Okay. These three cards are who you are at this time. Sometimes what you're thinking, sometimes what you've been through, and advice for the future also. So, this is, you started out with the devil. You see, I usually say the guy down there, sorry. But you're in a cage. You feel like you're in a cage. You feel just... things just aren't going right. You don't know what to do at this point in time. And this is the Page of Wands. And now wands are energy, dynamic action, sensuality. But the page is bringing you like a message, or something is coming in that will help you. Some kind of action that will help you. Something is going to help you out of this cage. Okay? And this is the Ace of Pentacles. Let me turn my iPad around here so I can see what's going on. And this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is a wonderful thing. This is, it's being offered from the universe. And an Ace of Pentacles is a lot of money or abundance, put it that way. Some people don't consider $1 million a lot of money, but it's abundance where you've got enough freedom to do what you want to do. Okay? They want me to take these two cards, so we'll take two. And they tell me to take two. Sometimes I take them and then they'll tell me to keep them. All right, and you see, this is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups in this deck, you see, you're focused on what's happening right now. But you have two more cups in the background that you haven't seen. And you're so, these cups are spilt right here. So, get a little closer here. These cups are spilt, so whatever happened here, you're focusing on that. You're focusing on the past and everything that's happened, and you feel so trapped. And in the original Rider-Waite cards, there was the guy down there had a male and a female, and they had chains looped around their necks, but the chains were way down around their neck where they could just lift them off and walk away. But you feel trapped in this situation, and you're still looking in the past right now. You're still focusing on the past, and you don't see the new things that or you don't see possibly what you have. You may have money, but you're still depressed because of this past situation. Okay. Oh, wow. And this is the Emperor. Now, whether you're male or female, the cards read energy. And the Emperor is someone that has immense power. Immense power. They embody all four kings. And each king has worked his way up. So the power that you have, you just don't know it. You're so focused on this that you don't realize the power that you have, the kind of person. I don't think you have a good opinion of yourself, but this is who you truly are. Okay, and this is the Four of Cups again. You see, there's cups right here. I can show it to you. And he's got a bottle of rum or whatever, and he's probably drunk and not paying attention to the little mermaid, the beautiful thing that's right beside him, and he can't even see it. He won't turn around and look. You've got so much power. Now, you were given 2 cards with this one, and this card is a 7 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles is you either waiting on something, and it can mean choices, because sometimes people look back and think, well, was it worth it? It's a choice whether you're waiting on something or you're looking back and saying, well, was it worth it to get all this, to come to this point, to make everything grow? But in these cards, they're waiting on their baby, but they have all the pentacles up here. So it's like, to me, it's saying that they have so much. And again, it's right here with this card, with the Ace of Pentacles that you're being offered. You have abundance, but you're waiting. You're waiting on something. It's because you're depressed, I believe. I don't believe you see it. I think you're hoping of a way out of this situation. There's despair. There's despair here. Feel like you're caged. This card is despair. This card is despair. So you have a lot of despair at this point in time. But you do have power. You just don't realize it. It's just, you don't realize, for an emperor or an empress, they have to take care of a whole realm. I think you're taking care of a whole lot of things, and some days, and I think a lot of the times, you just don't know if you can make it much further. But you have so much power. Again, you've got all these things to take care of. But I would venture to say, if you're an emperor, when something goes wrong, you're the first one that people look to, because you can take care of it. Amazing card, an emperor. Okay, let's do, I'm telling you, this is what they're telling me to do. Front or back, and they're telling me to take the back. Okay. And they're telling me to leave it. And they're telling me to turn this one over. Okay. These are, as I said, or maybe I didn't say in this reading, these are the water alchemy cards. I have trouble pronouncing that word. Okay. And this is rising. You see how she's rising up out of the water, out of her emotions, and she's got like a crown on. She's come above all of her emotions, but you got this in upside down, meaning you're still stuck in your emotions, which makes sense with the despair. Okay, and if you'll notice in this card, there's dolphins that are usually happy people, I mean happy little creatures and stuff, and again, she has the crown. Can you see this? But you do have the power. There's a crown here, but you don't realize it. You are still stuck in despair. Okay, now this card is reflection. You are still reflecting on mostly yourself. You know, why can't I get things together? Why can't I manage? Or, you know, you don't see who you truly are. You see the reflection here? And it's muddled with the ripples in the water. So you cannot see who you truly are. But here, this is you, the Emperor. But you don't see it. You don't see what a miraculous person you are. Wow. And if you look at this card also, now this is a male. The cards just read energy, whether it's male or female. But, and if you look at this card also, both of these are really attractive people. Let me lower him down. She's beautiful. And he's very, look, he's kind of buff. He's very strong, looks like a strong person. So whether you're male or female, I think you are a very attractive person. You just don't know it. And attractiveness and power, and you've got the power, and an emperor, excuse me, is also someone, again, who takes care of other people. They do care about other people, but I don't think you care enough about yourself. You're very distraught. But here's the thing, you are such a magnificent being. You just don't see it. Wow. And look how attractive, again, this person is. But your view of yourself, let me bring it a little closer so you can see the reflection of himself is, again, the ripples in the water they don't let him see himself clearly. Wow. I think you really need to see who you are. I know you're having trouble right now. I think you're in a lot of despair, for those of you. And some of you, this may be right, and some may not. But whoever this reading is for, what I will say, it's just, I hate when people, we've all been through despair, and I hate to feel like somebody else is there. It always connects me so much with someone, and I actually, after a reading, I feel very hurt because I don't want y'all to hurt. Okay. This is a ripple. There again, there were ripples in the water for your reflection. You couldn't see clearly. And you'll see here, see if I can get it a little closer. Okay, again, she's a beautiful person. Look how attractive she is. But she feels like the water is emotions, it's love, it's kindness, it's nurturing, but she's sunk almost to her chest in her emotions. Her head's above water, but that's who you are right now. You are so caught up in your emotions and the problems and the things that have taken you down that you're keeping your head above water. I mean, it's not to where it's up to her neck. I mean, you have that much. Let me try to word this. Okay, in this card, you know, from her chest up, she's clear. Her mind is clear. She can breathe. Okay, but for the rest of her body, she's just caught up in emotions. So it's not so bad that the water is up to her neck and she's barely breathing, although sometimes I think you feel that way. But there's a way out of this. There is a way out of this. Let's see what we can get for you to get out of this. I'm going to shuffle these one more time for you. I don't know why, but they're telling me to do that. And one more shuffle. Scorpio, please. Scorpio. Okay. This here. Telling me to take it out of the middle. Okay. This is, these are hidden worlds. Okay. And this card is meditation, peace and relief and sanctuary. And that's what you're hoping for. Bless your hearts, you just gone through so much, and it's very, very difficult for you at this time. But they're telling you to just kind of maybe make a place for yourself, or a little place, even if you have to go in your bedroom and shut the door or whatever from everything that's going on. But make sure you have some time for yourself, and just put on some music possibly. A lot of people think, oh, poopy, I gotta meditate, trying to keep my mind. But no, just think of something happy. Put a scenario in your mind that just makes you happy. You know, well, if I could create anything in the world, this is the way I'd be, or this is what would happen. So this is what you need to do to get out of that despair. Now they're telling me one from the top. Oh. Okay. The hidden worlds, changing consciousness, awareness, extrasensory perception. You are, I believe you have some psychic abilities, but I think they're so buried in your despair, sometimes you don't realize it there. I think sometimes you do. But it's changing consciousness. That's what they want you to do. Pretend to be somebody you want to be. The real you. And that will be the real you. And that's going to get you out of this despair. Just take yourself away from everything whenever you can. I realize it might be difficult, but you can do it. You have the ability to do it. If you want to get better, you can do this. But wow, look at this. Oh, the hidden worlds. Change your consciousness. You know, just pretend to be someone that you want to be, who you really are. There was, when I worked, and I don't like to do a lot of personal things here, but I will tell you, I worked as a waitress years and years ago, and there was a waitress, she was always so grumpy. People didn't really like to be around her. She was always griping about something. It didn't matter how good everything was going. She found something to gripe about. And I hadn't worked with her in about 2 weeks, or hadn't really talked to her because I stayed away from her. And one day I noticed that she was singing. We were making our checks out, and she was humming and singing. And I said, I don't remember what her name was, so-and-so, what happened to you? You seem so happy lately. And she said, everybody was complaining about me being so grumpy. So she said, I just pretended to be happy to shut everybody up. And she said, you know, now I am happy. She pretended to be that way, and then she became that way. How amazing is that? So maybe just pretend to be something else some days, or through the day if you can. And this is a beautiful card. This is Insight, Magical Tools, Writing, and Star Crafting. And that also goes along with these other 2 cards. See here, this is Changing Consciousness, Awareness, Extrasensory, and this is Magical Tools, Writing, and Star Crafting. You can do this. You just need to be aware that you have these abilities. And then this one also, we'll do this one again. And this is Patience, Relief, and Sanctuary. When you withdraw, just make a little place for yourself. Just put on some music, possibly. Just try to imagine yourself who you really want to be, without all the problems. Or if you have children, imagine that, you know, the children settling down, things won't be as, you know, you'll just be happy even if you have to take the kids to school, do this or that too. But you just really are an amazing person. You have the ability. You're the emperor. I do believe you have a million things to do, a million sticks in the fire, or whatever you want to call it, but you have this ability. You just have to take some time for yourself and pretend. What do they want? Okay, let me see what they're wanting me to do. And now, okay, this is the, let's see what time it is. This is the Keepers of the Light deck. They're telling me to pull from the middle. Okay. And they're telling me to do the other side. Okay. They're telling me straight up for all these. Okay. I love doing the cards like this, and I love listening to what they tell me, because If I pulled a card from the bottom of the deck when I was supposed to pull from the top, it would make the reading not the same. But when I do it like they tell me, the reading always comes out that cards complement the prior card, even though it's a different deck. And this is Kali Ma, Facing Fear. Oh my gosh, well, yep. It does go along with this card. You know, you feel trapped. You feel like you can't get out of the situation, despair. But you've got all these fears. But you are such a magnificent being. You're an emperor. Wow. So face those fears. Well, what, say to yourself, well, why do I think this might happen? And then stop thinking about that. Just refuse to think about that. Just put something good in the place of that fear. Okay, and this is Lady Portia, and it's divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. And so you see the glow around her. I believe that for this, you are a very good person. You try to do for everybody. There's a lot on your plate, but you just let it get to you. But, I keep saying but, I'm sorry. You have the ability, you're an emperor, and you have the ability to starcraft. Means you can write stuff in the air. Look to the stars and believe. I mean, how many stars are there out there? Nobody knows. There's billions or trillions, whatever. But, they came about, each world came about magically. So, I mean, you have the ability. Look toward those stars and just believe. Well, I'm going to pretend to be this person that I want to be. Okay, and then this is light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. And I believe you do. You got a glimpse on what you should do. Just follow that. You're intuitive. Let's see what our time is, and then we'll see if we can get one more deck of cards. And they're telling me not this one. So what do they want? And they're telling me one more of the Mermaid Tarot. Okay, so let's do it. Okay. And this is Death. And Death is a wonderful, wonderful card. It sounds like a terrible card, but it means the old is gone. You can't revive it. It's dead. There's nothing you can do to bring it back. So it's gone. So it means a new path, a new beginning, because the old is dead. Wow. And then this is the Ten of Swords. And whatever happened to you, it just took you down so bad, and it was quick. You see, somebody just stabbed him and stabbed him and stabbed him and stabbed him, and they died. So it means that situation is dead. It's gone. It's over. And that goes along with the Death card. This situation, this despair, everything that caused this despair is over. You have a new life coming in. Wow. And this is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is one where you're being given back. Things are going to equal out now. Things are going to be given to you. So this is beautiful. I would suggest, though, that you do try to make a little time for yourself and see things the way you want them to be. But they're telling you that old despair is going. That old situation is gone. And you've got this beautiful new beginning here. Wow. Where they're giving back to you. Lovely. I know it was a terrible time for you. And despair and heartbreak. but I think you're beginning to come out of it, and it's gone now. So how lovely is that? I think the theme of this reading, excuse me, oh, excuse me. I think the theme of this reading is that you're coming out of the despair now, and it's gone. But I think also the message for you is to take some time for yourself. Realize who you are. Wow, look at this. You don't really know who you are. You're the emperor. Let me see, get it this way. You don't really know who you are. You're the emperor. And look, in this row again, the hidden worlds, changing your consciousness. And then on top of that, you got do what you feel is right. And then on top of that, you got it's gone. This is going. This despair is going. Wow. So just take some time for yourself and just pretend, or even during the day when you're walking around, when you're doing stuff, grocery shopping, whatever you're doing at work, as I said, whether you're male or female, just take some time to make yourself believe in you. Don't look back, but just pretend to be this new person, this wonderful person that doesn't live in despair. Pretend to be who you want to be. I love y'all so much, and I do hope this helps, and I will see you next time, my beautiful little soul warriors.